Police Files. Stories from the files of the Moroccan police. Stories we present to you are from the heart of reality. We have deliberately changed the names of individuals and sometimes of places. And if any similarity or correspondence in names or events occurs, it is purely coincidental, nothing more. Police Files, Solomon's Ring, Part 1, on the 25th of March of the year 2005, and it was a Friday. An unusual activity stirred in the corridors of the Wilayah, provincial department of the judicial police in Rabat. It was evening on a workday, the last of the week. An important matter had prompted all that movement. Commissioner Allal Bendriss, head of the department, personally chaired a meeting from which none of the heads of divisions under his authority were absent. It was not an ordinary meeting, and the tone of the address was not entirely friendly. In an angry tone, Commissioner Allal Bendriss spoke. "I was summoned by the Wali of Security, head of regional security, and he informed me that the higher authorities are displeased regarding the deterioration of security and the exacerbation of crime. The police services appear to have their hands tied, as if the matter does not concern them. So said the newspapers, and some of them almost accused us of being partners in what is happening and in what things have come to. The criticism from the press was scathing. And though we know the press was ahead in uncovering the threads of some crimes, we acknowledge that we did not act except based on what it revealed. Does it please you for the situation to remain as it is, and for the deterioration of citizen security to continue? We are on the brink of a raging sea, and we claim to be good swimmers. There was a kind of sadness mixed with burning anger that marked the Commissioner's Bendriss speech. You saw how we were mocked when we couldn't identify that murder victim until 8 days after the discovery of the body. Also, we have not yet found anything that leads us to the killer or killers. Dissatisfaction has grown with the way we handle matters. Even the youngest officers hang their heads. And Commissioner Allal Bendriss concluded, vowing to punish any negligence. He even gave them 24 hours to provide him with a plan that could restore the trust that had begun to fade in the security services. The meeting adjourned, and each officer went to think about what to answer the next day. the young commissioner, Mustapha Ould El Mokhtar, was among the officers who attended that stormy meeting. Since the beginning of the year, he has headed the squad responsible for combating pickpocketing. He had made sure to follow in the footsteps of his predecessors in that position. Commissioner Ould El Mokhtar was a recent graduate from the Royal Police Institute, where he had spent 2 years of training, in addition to his other qualifications. He held a diploma of advanced studies in private law. However, his practical experience was limited, but the speech delivered by Commissioner Allal Bendriss during the meeting was of the caliber of words that sharpen resolve and awaken the complacent. The young commissioner was determined to make his contribution and to play a part in restoring trust in the work of the judicial police at the Wilaya. He spent his night assessing and speculating. He did not leave his office for his bed until after he had prepared a project for a genuine rescue plan. It was a comprehensive plan that offered solutions and other alternative solutions. Commissioner Ould El Mokhtar was determined to be the first to meet his superior in the morning. At 1 o'clock in the morning, the young commissioner was the first to arrive at the office of Commissioner Allal Bendriss, head of the Wilaya Department of the Judicial Police in Rabat. He handed over his written report. "Please, sit down," said Commissioner Bendriss. "Thank you, sir. Perhaps you know that I am new to the department, and that my professors at the Royal Police Institute suggested my appointment here when they noticed my inclination towards working in the field of judicial police. I made sure, after I took up my duties, to give myself enough time to acclimatize, and I reviewed all the existing case files and also got to know all the assistants. It became clear to me that most of them are over 40, and they have been exhausted by working long night hours and at the edges of the day, and they have become unqualified to carry out the tasks that require chasing criminals in the streets. Those are tasks that should be entrusted to young people. Commissioner Allal Bendriss was listening to the young officer, who eagerly launched into explaining how he would use all his qualifications to succeed. My father is a computer engineer, and he trained me from a very young age to use a computer. So I have come to rely on it and use it for everything. I used it for this study that you have before you. Also, thanks to it, I gathered data that enabled me to realize that most of the snatch and grab thefts that occurred in our area share several prominent features. Most notably, that the attacks occur at the end of each month between the 20th and the 30th, and that they occur in streets empty of pedestrians or alleys where police patrols do not pass. Also, the victims are elderly, mostly women, and they are attacked to rob them of significant sums of money they would have just withdrawn from the headquarters of the Central Bank for Popular Savings, there on Mohammed V Avenue, not far from the scent.
Commissioner Bendriss seemed more interested. Yes, this is good. And what else? Yes, sir, there is more. In addition to the above, it appears that the perpetrators rely on a party or parties who help them identify their victims. And perhaps there is someone who watches the victims from among the customers inside the banking institution. And I do not rule out from my hypotheses that some of them may work inside that institution. What you're saying needs proof. Yes, sir. My curiosity led me to go to the premises of that banking institution, and I took some footage using my mobile phone. I propose to your esteemed self that you reinforce my squad with 3 or 4 new members so I can undertake an operation whose outcome I do not doubt. The Regional Security Commissioner, Allal Bendriss, could not hide his astonishment. He promised to present the plan to the Wali of Security, and at the same time, he confided to his interlocutor, "Be ready to implement the plan, even if you don't get what you're asking for." For the young commissioner, Mustapha Ould El Mokhtar, the regional commissioner's words were good news. Tomorrow, we will present the facts of the operation, and tomorrow is not far for those who await it. Until next time. Police Files.